Alrighty everyone, welcome to part 16 of Pokemon Storm Silver. Smash the like and subscribe button. Today Obama is going to be taking on the Kimono girls and potentially catching Lugia. Although the PSA for this episode is don't get your hopes up.
And our boy got the new Dratini we caught in the last episode evolved up to a Dragonair off screen. We basically spent time training in Route 42 in the caves around there because we need to get this team strong before we make our way to the Elite Four.
That's right, Donald. And we could even get a Dragonite by the end of this episode, too. The battles with the Kimono girls will be really tough, but they should provide us with lots of experience, too. The most difficult one, I think, is the girl who uses Jolt, Eon, or Spien.
And I found one of Arceus's plates in that trash can inside the Pokemon lab, which wasn't weird at all. I mean, those plates are huge if you've seen them in the anime. But somehow one is randomly here of all places.
Maybe Arceus want to pay a visit to Professor Elmberry. He's a nice enough guy, so that could be what happened, LMAO. Anyway, it's focus time right now because we're here in a Critique City ready for 6 important battles in a row.
Up in the old games, you were able to rest between each battle, but in this one, we have to battle each Kimono girl back to back, which is what makes this tough. And they all love using Toxic from my past experience, so bear that in mind, Obama.
Yeah, and whilst Obama's doing this, we have a new game for all the viewers. Instead of a question for the video, we're going to pick a Pokemon at random and just ask what you all think of it in battles and in the main games too. So for the first Pokemon, I'm going to be asking you all what you think of Delcatty.
Delcatty is a Pokemon I think lots of people forget about, to be honest. I mean, we've never used one, but we almost did because Donald had a Skitty at one point until he got it killed. And plus you need a Moonstone to evolve one, which isn't the easiest thing to get.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty sweet Pokemon. Never used one either, but anyway, comment below what you all think about Delcatty. And the first battle has begun like Donald said with this Umbreon. And I've also named Dragonair Jess. I like the name Jess, and this Pokemon is a girl, so it fits.
That's a cute name, to be fair, Barry. So good going with that. And of course we get hit with the Toxic like Donald also said in the beginning. Luckily we also have Toxic ourselves, so they will get a taste of their own medicine.
And I made sure to get a ton more healing items because I knew Barry would be dealing with poison a lot in this episode.
And it looks like the poison we inflicted on Umbreon over there will be the final blow to its pathetic little life. That was a solid plan, using Toxic in the beginning like that, bro. Well done. That's 1 down and 5 more to go.
And the main reason I did all that training off screen is paying off too with our Dragonair evolving into Dragonite. One of the best pseudo-legends to ever exist and probably my favorite. Although Baxcalibur is awesome too, and I also like Dragapult a lot as well.
Alright, so someone needs to explain to me why Dragonite always learns Wing Attack at such a high level when the move itself is utter garbage. The only good thing is it has like 35 power points, but other than that, the move is so weak.
Obama didn't teach it to Dragonite anyway, so I don't know what your problem is, bro. More importantly, we are battling one of the stronger Pokemon now, which the Kimono girls use. And this battle should make you feel very bad about yourself, Obama, because we could have still had our own ESP on if you didn't get it taken out.
The only pink Pokemon I liked and would ever let anyone name after me was that ESP Eon, and now it's like just consists of sitting in the PC boxes for eternity not knowing what it did wrong. To be honest, I think it needs to be released so it can have a better life, Obama.
I want to release all of them, Donald, but Joe insists on keeping all the Pokemon I've killed in the boxes so that he can literally count my losses when this series is over, or if I somehow get the whole team taken out at any point.
Hey, I'm all for that too, to be honest. We definitely need a number for the amount of Pokemon you've lost so we can remind you about it forever and ever. Plus, when I have my own Nuzlocke, there won't be a single Pokemon that gets lost, trust me.
Awesome, Obama. That's another Pokemon you took out thanks to Toxic. That was a big brain move, teaching it to Dragonite. It also helps a lot that Dragonite can literally learn every move pretty much. It is such a great Pokemon to have on the team.
Yep, the momentum is definitely with him today, Joe, that's for sure. And now we're battling probably the easiest evolution, being Leafeon. I have never used one of these because grass types have so many weaknesses, it's insane.
Oh, but this one is popping out the Sword's Dance move Donald, which is insane actually. That will really boost its stats since the Kimono girl knows how weak her Pokemon is. That was a big play by her, to be fair.
Wasn't big enough though, since that Leafeon just got the 1-bang Spexy from my Charizard. You can't beat a Charizard with max special attack stats using Flamethrower like that. That play just now by me was God tier.
Not quite God tier, but fair enough. Anyway, we're on a Kimono number 4 now, I believe, and this girl might have a Flare, Eon, or Glaceon. Glaceon also being one of the weaker ones since Ice type has so many weaknesses.
It's super effective against Dragonite though, and even Cynthia uses one in her champion team, so it definitely has its uses, Joe. Mainly for dealing with other dragon types, but that wouldn't be difficult for Garchomp, let's be honest.
But this Glaceon wasn't difficult for my Charizard yet again, but this time I used Heat Wave, which is more powerful than Flamethrower, and in double battles it hits both Pokemon at once, which is another thing I love about it.
Okay, we have 2 left to go. So far so good for Obama since we haven't lost a single Pokemon yet. This battle is against Flareon, which should be easy enough to deal with, which means the most difficult one being Jolteon is last.
Wow. So we could actually go a whole video without you losing a single Pokemon Obama, which would a miracle. Plus the only other battle after this would be with Lugia. And just use the Master Ball on him, please.
Oh yeah, definitely use the Master Ball for that battle. I don't want to risk losing any of our current team to Lugia and then not end up even catching the thing. That would be the biggest L, and if that happens, I'm going to quit this series.
Hey, if that's what it would take for you to get off my ass, then I'd be down to lose the whole time to Lugia Joey Boy. You're like an old man little gremlin in my ear through this series, and Donald is that fat one who's constantly in my other ear with his never-ending opinions.
And if that's what they are, then what am I to you, Barry? Surely I must be the nicest one out of the 3 of us, because I mean, just look at my face. It's adorable, isn't it?
Your face is adorable as the dump I took before recording this video bush. So, yeah, take that as you will. But anyway, we're on to last Kimono Girl now, guys. This one might be tough, and I have no ground-type moves either to deal with Jolteon.
Actually, this is the second to last one, you fool. Can't even count properly because after this we have Vapor Eon to battle next. However, for this one, the usual toxic strat is the way to go, Obama. Just use it once and don't die, and that's how you win.
We seriously need to teach Earthquake to Steelix at some point too, which I can do off screen. Actually, before the Elite Four battles, I will make sure whatever team we have at that point will have the best moves they can possibly have, so you can win.
Lucky for us, these girls won't use healing items because now this thing is going to spam double team, which means our moves will barely hit it. And on top of that, this Pokemon is so fast too, we will almost always get outsped.
That's why I have discovered the joys of using Poison-type moves. If Ash had just spammed Toxic in all the championship battles he was in, he would have won the whole thing way faster than spreading Cynthia's battle out for 3 episodes, for example. He could have even beaten Tobias's Latios.
Obama, we've discussed this before. The whole purpose of Tobias was to stop Ash in his tracks because his team was actually quite solid in the Sinnoh Championships, but they needed to send in legendaries to try stop him. I mean, it was a pretty lame and cheap way to go about it, but he's the Monarch now, so big deal.
Okay, so this is the actual last battle of the Kimono Girls, and it's against this thing, which has had quite a lot of fan comments made about it. I'm sure you all know what we're talking about, but to keep this video PG, we won't be saying any more.
Wow, and imagine Barry's luck getting frozen with Ice Beam on the first turn. I think it's like a 10% chance of that happening, or maybe it's 25%, I can't remember. Either way, we seriously need something to deal with water types.
I am going to do the Dragon Dance strat for this one, because Ice Fang should be able to take out this Rule 34 Pokemon, or whatever the number is for that rule, and then I will win, and then catch Lugia and become champion because I'm just the GOAT.
You're the GOAT at being the worst, that's for sure. Look, you even got frozen again. The Obama luck is what we should call it whenever something bad happens to any of us now, I think, boys.
I'm down for calling it the Obama luck too. Sounds about right since his losing streak is stratospheric. But I know he will win this battle, and then we have to make our way towards Olivine City.
The poor fellow is trying to raise his defense stats because he knows what's about to happen to him. And talking of Tobias, I think they should have brought him back so we could have seen the rest of his crack team and then watch Leon sweep the floor with him.
God, this thing has such high defense stats now. And I even used Dragon Dance on top of Gyarados' already high attack stat. And I'm even 12 levels higher than this thing too.
The Obama luck strikes yet again. Imagine being so bad that you get frozen 3 times in one battle. Like that would only ever happen to you, Barry, because the game is out to get you at this point.
Okay, well, out of all the battles with these Kimono Girls, this one has definitely taken the longest, and it wasn't even difficult. It's just wasting time with the constant freezing and then healing we have to do.
But finally, Barry has done it, and without losing a single Pokemon too. So it looks like Arceus is shining his light on us today, that's for sure. Now just go catch Lugia without fucking anything up, and we're going to be Gucci.
And for beating them, the girls gave us the title bell, which is used to call Lugia. I don't know why they couldn't just go to the Whirl Islands themselves and see Lugia, because they must be worthy already if they get to look after that bell.
Well, I think getting to see Ho-Oh is better than seeing Lugia Donald, because any wish you have comes true when seeing Ho-Oh. Lugia just looks cool and had one good movie, which is why it's so popular if you think about it. Oh, and managing to control Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno doesn't make you special either.
Ho-Oh can revive the dead, which I think is basically God-tier power, so yeah, you could be right, Barry. But Ho-Oh still looks like a glorified chicken to me, you know. Its shiny form, however, is absolutely gorgeous, and I need one so bad.
Alrighty, it's time for things to get serious now, though, guys. Obama is going to be heading into the special Lugia cave where it makes its home. And also, if everyone knows it's here, then this place should be crawling with people who want to try catch this legendary Pokemon.
This scene has to be one of my favorites in any game, too. I mean, the whole thing is just surreal, and I prefer this one over Ho-Oh's cutscene. Especially when Lugia bursts through the waterfall, unlike Ho-Oh, who just flies in out of nowhere.
Yeah, the water animations at the bottom and the feathers and dancing all look so cool combined. They should have kept this art style because I think the 3D ones look so bland and boring, and I know I'm not the only one who thinks so.
Those feathers are supposed to be the Silver Wings Joe. But, yeah, this scene is gorgeous. I also love the music too with the Japanese old school theme. Johto is definitely the most Japanese region there is in the Pokemon series. Krutake, for example, appears to be based off Kyoto.
Well, the other regions are all based off different parts of Japan. Sinnoh, for example, is based to the Hokkaido region, I believe, and Kanto is based to the Kanto region, I think.
Yeah, no shit, Bush, you dumbass. Anyway, I can't insult you more than I'd like because the main scene is upon us now, and I want to see how Obama deals with Lugia here. You better take my advice and just use the Master Ball, by the way.
We need this thing on our team, so yeah, use the ultimate ball there is. I think having Lugia on our team is the only real way Obama can get through this Nuzlocke without being a total failure and embarrassing himself more than he already has.
Well, yeah, I would have actually liked to have used a luxury ball or something on this thing because it's worthy of being caught in one of those. However, you're probably right that using the Master Ball is the best option I have.
This Kimono girl is saying that Lugia must have been waiting for someone like you to come along, Obama. Now, why on earth would a legendary Pokemon want to be waiting for a Pokemon trainer that is worse than a pile of horse shit at battling?
That is the biggest mystery of this playthrough, I think. Anyway, he's going to use the Master Ball, so this battle won't be as exciting as you all probably want it to be. But it will be good to have a legendary Pokemon on the team. And also, please leave comments for what you'd like us to name Lugia.
Hang on, Joe, we won't be naming Lugia. I have my own rule in these playthroughs where legendary Pokemon that get caught don't get named because they're legendary. No name we could give it would be better than the one they already have.
Okay, well, what I want to know is how the Pokemon all got their names in the anime to begin with. Like Dialga and Palkia, for example. Who the fuck named them? And Arceus even. Maybe Azelf instilled the names in everyone's minds is my theory.
There is no answer to that question, Donald, because we don't have that much information about the lore. But with that, we have a new member for our team. So well done, Obama. Now, for the love of God, please don't lose it. And also, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this episode, too.
Yeah, please remember to like and subscribe and consider becoming a member of our channel if you want to support our work. This episode actually went well for once since we didn't lose a single Pokemon.
It only gets more tough from here now, though, since we're going to be making our way towards Victory Road and then the big Elite Four and Champion, even though Lance is a bot.
Anyone who uses 3 Dragonites is a bot of a champion, let's be honest. But here we are back in New Bark Town where it all began. And from here we will be heading east towards Kanto, actually. So stay tuned for part 17, everyone.